And you got the wisdom. I can't make it today. Tell them I'll pray for them next week because I got to go there. It don't go together. Tell them look at my car needs washing. Tell them I'll be there later. I didn't wash my car. The wisdom of the world. And you want to get deep with God. Man, you got to love God to get deep with God, man. You got to really love God to get deep with God. Because He really requires you to deliver everything, surrender everything. He ain't faking when He says surrender everything. He mean that. Because you can't rely on the wisdom of God and walk in the Spirit too. That's why you got counterfeit spirits from you. Everybody say, Lord, Lord, ain't none of you. Everybody shouting and coming to church look like they come. He said, let the wheat and tails grow together. I do separate it. Don't think you ain't got no tails that's around here shouting and speaking too. Some people think they look deep, but they ain't deep at all because you can tell by the love they got for God. Man, that's good stuff. I appreciate y'all standing. This is good stuff. I know y'all getting fed today. Y'all go home. Y'all might eat so much y'all might throw up. Spiritual stuff. Get them demons too out of here. Come on, give the rest of it.
Now we have received not the spirit of the world.
Oh yeah, you heard that? So it's a spirit of the world. So he said we have not received the spirit of the world. So the spirit of the world relies on the wisdom. So you can have the spirit and use the wisdom of the world and not be a God. But you still spirit. But you know where that spirit going on? We're going to talk about that. There's another place for that spirit. So in other words, you say the spirit of the world, the spirit of the enemy. And you in church, you do all kinds of stuff. But when it comes to certain stuff, you can't sell out. You can't surrender everything to God. You know what I'm saying? You can't surrender everything to God. Because the prince of this world, the spirit of this world got you. But you can't surrender those things. Because the wisdom of this world got you trapped. And you can only do so much. You can't sell out to God. Because of God in this world. The wisdom of this world. Is certain things you got to do to be a part of this world, and you're a part of this world because you rely on the wisdom of this world. So you can't sell out to God. No matter how much you act like you are, you really ain't. Y'all all right? You might sleep so if I can say that when I get by it. So you realize. Because you can't sell out. If God said give all you got, you can't do it. You'll be like the rich man. He said, keep my commandments. Did you tell the rich man? He said, what must I do? He said, keep my commandments, do what the Lord commands you. He said, I've done that for my mother's shoes. He said, okay, go sell what you have. That's you. You can't do it. Said, go sell all you have. He was a wealthy man. You wealthy because you're wealthy of yourself. And God said, sell all you have and come follow me. And the guy walked away. Go ahead and walk away. I said, you asked a hard thing. Because when it comes to your business and come to your life, there's certain things you will not surrender. I'm looking at you too. What you looking at me for? Don't tell me, what you looking at me like that? They ain't gonna smile and look at me. I just did. Isn't it real stuff? Y'all think about it? It better be spiritual business. He ain't concerned about your natural business, worldly business. Because he's supposed to be your business. He's supposed to be your everything. He's supposed to be the one to supply your every need. You're supposed to be dependent on him for everything. He's supposed to be your God. You're supposed to be your Lord. You're supposed to be trusting him for everything. Your daily bread, your every life, you're supposed to be trusting him. But because of the wisdom of this world, you say you trust him, but do you trust him? Because when something happens, how do you handle it? Do you handle it spiritually or you handle it naturally? Put it like that. When something happens in your finances, do you go to the people with your pay stub? Or do you go on your knees? When something happens in your finances, do you go handle it naturally? Go to the bank? Go try to get something somewhere? Or do you go to your knees? But who your God is who you serve. Boy, this is getting too crazy. This is getting too deep in here. I better get y'all out of here. Because y'all be floating out of here after a while. And we got to carry our in a stretcher. This is real stuff. Because the truth sets you free. If you don't seek for God, seek for God wholeheartedly. But don't deceive yourself like you're seeking for God when you don't know the things of God. You understand that? Jesus. Now let me go down Nicholas, because I ain't going to get nothing. Come on, don't give me the last one right now.
Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the spirit which is of God, that we might know the things that are...
Y'all heard that? What spirit we received? The spirit of God. So we don't rely on the wisdom of the world. We rely on the spirit of God. Ain't that right? We trust God for everything. When something goes wrong, we give God praise, give God glory, then he straightens it out. He works it out. When he tells us to do something, we do what he says without question. Y'all with me? If God tells me to tithe, I got to tithe. If God tells me to give, I got to give. Ain't no talking about adding up my bills. Ain't that real stuff? But when you rely on the wisdom of the world, what you do? Well, he understands. I just talked to him. And that's true. He says it, and I do it. Because I'm not relying on the wisdom of this world. He takes care of me. He make a way with me. He provides my every need. Ain't that real? Ain't that real? Ain't that real? I have no choice, and I'm sold out to him. But when I have the wisdom of the world, the spirit of the world, that ain't how I look at it. Read it for yourself. Listen to me. Read it for yourself. Whole chapter. The whole chapter. Read it for yourself. And you find out you got to do something. You got to make a decision. Amen. You got to make a decision. Is you going to rely on the wisdom of man or the power of God? Because shake and fall on the floor, you need more than that. Because we're coming in a time now, you need more than that. People are demon possessed. You dealing with people that got demons on them, and if you were coming there, get you. You got people that come in and got witches and witchcraft and woola will come into your office or come into your life, will mess your whole life up. Amen. By just being in their presence. Pray with it if you want. You got people come sit in your living room, and when you leave out your living room, the rest of your life, until you find out what it is, will be going bad. Amen. And all they did was come sit in your living room. My God. Because the devil, the dog is not playing. Because his time is short. And if you don't come into the knowledge of the Spirit, you would try to live a life where never things can go right. Every time something goes right, something goes wrong. If it ain't your body, it's your family. If your body is somebody in your family, it's always something. If you don't deal with these issues and understand how they get in, why can't I go forward when I got the money? I got all the resources I need, but I can't make things start happening. Because you're dealing with the wisdom of the world. You're trying to use the wisdom of the world to get the things of God. It don't work that way. The time to teach you, I know it again, but I got to tell you, man, I go on that shopping, jumping up and down. I got to bring back some real knowledge and understanding. Because you got some things in your life that how they get in. It's not that God weak. It's not that God ain't powerful. It's that because you rely on the wisdom of man. And you trust in the system. And you trust in what you think you know when you don't know nothing like you think you know. You dealing with principalities, powers, and darkness that will keep you in your situation. What they used to have a lot of money happen finally when your body messed up. Your mind messed up. It ain't no good. It's a trick of the enemy. But you got a God that said, rely in my power. And stop relying in your wisdom. What they taught you. And rely on what I told you. And what I'm telling you. Because I'm going to change your life. Your past. Forget your past. I tell people sometimes, and I'm going to get off again. And this is the thing that people have problem. I say forget everything you learned. Because in order for you to get this anointing, you got to forget everything. You cannot come up into a place where God is moving and mixing with your stuff. And that's what people want to take, mix it up, come get a little here, look. It don't work like that. Because you got some things that you done got for the wisdom of man that don't, and God ain't got nothing to do with it. Glory to God. It seemed right, and it made it look right, but that don't make it right. All you have to do is go back to your scripture. Look at your word, read it. When you playing this stuff, God ain't no way in it until something go wrong. Y'all know what y'all do? Until something go wrong, he ain't no way in it. But when something go wrong, he all over it. Because you rely on the wisdom of the world. Come on, give me that next one. This is the last one we finna go here today.
That we might know the things that are freely given to us.
Say freely given.
Of God.
But how we gonna get it if we rely on the wisdom of the man? We're not even tapping in a little bit into what God got for us. We even tap. Oh, thank God got for we even tapped into it. Oh God. He got so much for us. But we trying to mix it with our wisdom, and we try to do it like we want to instead of let go and let God. He got it. He said, I got some stuff for you that if you rely on my power and the wisdom of my spirit and know my spirit, I will do things in your life that will. But because we can't get over this wisdom that we have, we struggle in areas we shouldn't struggle. The Bible speaks against that. Don't it? Did the Bible say, oh, no man, no man? Did it say, oh, no man? Did it say that? You owe somebody on. So he said, you tap into this wisdom and this power, you owe no man. God bless you for coming in and going out. See, we got too much, can't grab that, we got too much wisdom. Nah, that ain't how that's going to happen. You know, you always going to owe somebody. Y'all gonna be getting somebody. Wisdom of man. Ain't it right? That's what Paul said. I want to give y'all meat, but y'all ain't ready to give y'all some water. I ain't gonna say juice. Let me finish that. Finish up, so we gotta go. Let's read the rest of it.
Which things also we speak, not in the words which man's wisdom teaches.
Y'all heard that? I'm speaking stuff, man don't teach you that. That's why you get sleepy. When you see. And wisdom is God, the spiritual will take a little longer. Then that Burger King walk through. You used to get in the church, come out of church. Because they have got the church now, it don't take all that. Right. So now church now being about 30 minutes, 45 minutes, they out. But they say it don't take all that. It takes more than that. It takes more than that. But since they're made with the wisdom of man, all they want to do is get the offer to get you out of there. They ain't trying to teach you nothing. Give you enough to make you shout and feel good and get you out of there. And you accept it because you figure, oh, we had church. Oh, boy, that spirit was high now. Wasn't too high king you, was it? He ain't changed nothing, did it? Don't even want to spend time with God. But go in a restaurant and stay for hours. The waitress be telling me, y'all got to go. Ain't that real stuff? Spirit of God, wisdom of God. Come in, get out the microwave, get it going. Get it shaped. Go. Want to heal it, but won't spend 3 hours on your knees. Just want to. But the healing take preparation. Depends on what you're dealing with. These things only come out through fasting and praying. Why? Because of the wisdom of man. Everybody else doing it. So let us start doing it. Don't y'all know sanctified church didn't get out till about 3, 4 o'clock. Y'all remember that? They didn't get out till 4, 5 o'clock, 12 o'clock in the morning. 12 o'clock at night. You know what? Because they pray, worship God. But everybody else started doing it, we started doing it. You know why? Because people leaving the church. I'm going to go over here. I can get God over there. I can go over there in 10 minutes and get through. Oh, man. You better spend some time with God. Because this devil ain't playing with you. This is what I'm telling you. This devil is not playing with you. And the more you think you know, the worse it gets. See, y'all ain't going to talk to me. And he ain't going to tell you know so much that you knew why it got worse. Come on, give me the rest of this. Hurry, don't stop this time.
But which the Holy Ghost teaches, comparing spiritual things with spiritual.
With spiritual things, spiritual things. Say spiritual things, spiritual things. Word of things, spiritual things. Now that ain't what it say. Y'all just put the wrong thing. Y'all wrong in here. See, that one thing, they know everything. I ain't tell you to say that. I told you to say it first. I ain't tell you to say the second. See that? See that? Did you say that? But if he said that, he must be wants to say the other one too. You don't know nothing.
So true. So true.
You gotta know the spiritual things, the Holy Ghost, spiritual things with spiritual things. You dealing with worldly things, but you want to make it spiritual. But you use the wisdom of man. Your prayers are even used with wisdom of man. It ain't used with the Spirit of God. Prayers going to God using the wisdom of man when the Holy Ghost ain't told you what to pray. Mother, I appreciate you. The rest of them I am. Thank God good. Say hallelujah, Jesus. You know, I got to tell you. You ever got to tell you? Spiritual things with spiritual things. What is a spiritual problem you have? You don't have no spiritual problem. All problems you have is natural. Because you use the wisdom of the world. But you do have spiritual problems. But you look at it like they're natural problems. You use the wisdom of man to determine what the problem is when you don't really know the spiritual problem that is. But you use your wisdom of man to think you have a spiritual problem. You don't use a spiritual thing with spiritual things to find out what your problem is. Now, you look at your body and you say you need a healing. When you don't know you might not need no healing, you might need a deliverance. But by you look at man's wisdom, you think you need healing. But you don't know you got a auntie uncle that you didn't forgive 20 years ago. That you need to forgive, and that's why it's coming on you. But by you looking at the wisdom of man, you thinking it's that. You don't know what you're just thinking that you need healing, you need prayer. No, because you look at the wisdom of man. Spiritual things with spiritual things. If you was a spiritual being, you would look at this thing spiritual and the Holy Ghost will reveal to you what it is, and then you can pray about it. But you ain't looking at it like that. Ain't God good? Spiritual things with spiritual things. You can't use your worldly wisdom to determine what's wrong with you. That's why you got to be slow to speak quickly here, because you speak the things in your life that don't even exist. But you bring them into your life because you're looking at God with worldly wisdom. Come on, give me some.
But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of God.
Boy, I know how that feels. Give me a high five. Oh, I'm going to get up out of here today. What, to read that again?
But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of God, for they are foolishness unto him. Neither can he know them.
Can't receive it.
Because they are spiritually discerned.
They spiritually discerned. This is what the boring part is for the natural. It's boring. The things of the Spirit is boring. Can I give y'all a revelation? The things of the Spirit is boring. But they're powerful. When you grab it and you got it, it changes your life. When you grab it and begin to live in it and begin to learn, know the things of the Spirit and walk in the Spirit, be led by the Spirit, you can discern it. And you can know it's not because I'm working 3 hours. It's not because of this, but it's because the Spirit has been following my generation forever. But this would not happen in my family. You can deal with things on a spiritual level. But when you got man wisdom, use wisdom. Because they did. No, you don't know that. That's why I tell people, when you think you can discern something, you don't know nothing because you discern it wrong. You look at what you've seen and not what you heard. Because you're not spiritually discerning it. I guarantee you right now, if you begin to seek God and to get spiritually discerned, you'll find out what you thought was the problem ain't the problem. Some of you got curses on your life that need to be broken. But you look at that word of knowledge, you don't know that. You just go to church and keep going, and keep going, and keep going, and keep going, and nothing happens. And after a while, that devil tell you something, and you stop going. But you still keep going because you got a religious spirit. So you just don't go like you usually do. Because you can't see no change in your life. Because it's not spiritually discerned. Y'all in now? Y'all with me? Y'all still here? Y'all quiet the way y'all so quiet. Y'all alright? Y'all alright? You heard your stomach yet? I think I heard mine one time. You ready?
But he that is spiritual judges all things.
Him that is spiritual judge all things. Y'all see that? Say all things. enemy stop this from happening in my life unless it's spiritually discerned. Because where I'm at, I don't know how I got there unless I spiritually discern it. Backtrack. Get the spiritual discernment. Go back into last month. Go back to who I get around. Go back to dealing with the spirit. Because in the realm of the spirit, you can go back as far as you want to go. And you spiritually discern it. So this is the Holy Ghost begin to show you and minister to you and tell you this why. Why you ain't things that happen in your life? You got to be able to spiritually discern it. Because you judge all things. You don't judge something. You judge all. You just look at it. Okay, Holy Ghost, what's this about right here? Holy Ghost, what's going on here? And you begin to take yourself back in the spirit. And say, okay, Holy Ghost, reveal to me. Because something was hidden in that day that I didn't see. Something was hidden in that day that I didn't see. I need you to reveal it to me, Holy Ghost. Because I know this when it had to happen in between this week and in the middle of this week. Something happened. Holy Ghost, I need you to reveal it to me. But I got to be able to go with the Spirit back there. If I'm not able to go with the Spirit back there, how are you going to reveal it to me? Because I judge all things. But I'm not judged by anything. Oh, you can't condemn me, devil. You can't condemn me. You can't judge me. I've been justified through Jesus Christ.
Oh, glory.
But I can prevent this from happening again. I can break whatever got a hold of me and handle me. Or brought sickness on me. If I can go back in the realm of the Spirit. And say, Holy Ghost, reveal it to me. If I can't go with the Holy Ghost, ain't no need to be going. Because if I would have knew what it was, I wouldn't have got caught up in it. I need the Holy Ghost to reveal it to me. Glory to God. Ain't God good? But you going back in the Spirit ain't got no Holy Ghost. And come out there what you want. Ain't no revelation about that day. You remember that day just where it was. You get no revelation about that day. Things start going down. Give the rest of this with me.
But he who has known the mind of the Lord, that he may instruct him. But we have the mind of Christ.
You got to have the mind of Christ. Got to. Jesus knew things. Let me show you something. And I'm going to be done. Jesus knew things when they was having conversations across the room. Jesus would say something, he'll hear them in the spirit. So what, y'all got a problem with that? Oh God. How you in a room and don't know what's going on? When you got the mind of Christ, things will reveal to you. Jesus was in the room. Nicodemus was in the tree. And Jesus said, I see. He said, how do you see me? Spirit. It's some things in your life that you should be able to see and hear. But if you don't get in the realm of the Spirit and begin to use God of witness, you don't see nothing. You don't know until it be to hit you in the face. Because that's what happens when you rely on man's wisdom instead of relying on God's power. You get caught up in stuff and you have no clue. You got to have the mind of Christ. You got to begin to know what's going on in your atmosphere. Know what's going on around you. Somebody on the outside, I know what's going on. I know conversation. Oh God. I'm telling you the Spirit, I know conversation be going on in the office next to me and I didn't even hear when they talking about it when I wasn't even there. And I come and bring it up in conversation what they were saying and like I didn't hear in the realm of the Spirit. And I bring up what they just got to talk about. To let them know I hear you. but I didn't know. I knew in the spirit, but I didn't know within myself. So I spoke out the spirit what I knew. It stopped happening more regular. Happened again last night. I said, whoa, Jesus. I gotta pay more attention to what I say. Because I'm beginning to say things that I know in the spirit that I don't realize in the natural. Because the more you start getting the mind of Christ, the more your gifts of knowing Christ begin to manifest. When you rely on the wisdom of man, but the knowledge of God. Because things begin to change in your life that blow your mind. It has not entered to the heart of man what God has prepared for them that love him. You begin to become, that's why I say it's benefits in Christ if you let us teach you and show you that you begin to see these things before they even come to pass. You hear these things before they even go. You can speak it to somebody and say, how did you know that? God revealed it to me. You can prepare yourself for the enemy because he's coming up against you and he hit you too hard before you know he hit you. And now you're trying to get out of a wet paper bag and it's hard. It's hard. Getting trapped in the net, the more you move, the worse you get tangled. Amen. You got to be precise how to get out of it. You done got yourself in the stuff, and the more you move, the more tangle you get. The more you try to stop, the worse you get. Amen. You got to need the Holy Ghost so you can be precise how you move, so you can untangle yourself. Now you need the Holy Ghost. Because the more you try, the worse it gets. Yeah. Come on, give God some praise in the house. Give some praise in the house. Yeah, hallelujah, Jesus. I'm going to let y'all up. I enjoyed it. I went where I wanted to go. Some of you, y'all well done, son. Y'all well done, son. I'm saying, thank you, Jesus. Ain't God good? You got to be willing to be taught. Because the Lord is here. I can prove it to you, but it's too late. Because you're ready to go. Because the Lord is here. And I'm not just grieving nothing. I'm ready to decide to go. Ain't gonna do it. But the Lord here, you get this word. I want you to read that lesson for your lesson for the week. 1 Corinthians, the 2nd chapter. In the 3rd chapter. I ain't saying the 3rd. Don't call me. So 1 Corinthians, the 2nd chapter, and the 3rd chapter. Read it. Meditate on it. Because it's going to change your life. It's going to change your life. Transfer your wisdom out the wisdom of man into the power of God. Because when you got to bring the routine of going by how you normally live and live by the power of God. And when you do that, you got to allow the Holy Spirit to bring you into that. Because God ready to do some supernatural things in your life. But every time you go to do something, you rely on the wisdom of man. Every time you get ready to do something, you rely on the wisdom of man. Well, it don't look like it don't happen. He's doing it. He show you he's doing it, then you rely on the wisdom of man, you talk yourself out of it. Y'all with me? Say hallelujah, Jesus.